Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to answer the question that I get asked the most, which is, should I invest money in a lens or should I invest money into a new camera body? And in this video, I'm going to answer that for you guys, and I'm going to show you guys live examples on what to do. And I'm also going to do a run a test to see if you guys can guess what lens and what camera was shot with a certain type of video. But for now, let's cue the intro. Alright guys, so besides the question of what camera should I buy, the next question that I usually get is, should I invest money in a lens or should I invest money in a camera body? Now it's not like a one answer fits all type of approach, but for the most part, if you think about it, it kind of is and it kind of isn't. But before we do that, I'm going to show you guys two examples. We're going to show you video A and we're going to show you video B. And I want you guys to guess what camera and what lens we used to shoot that video. So these are the items that we're going to be using. Okay, so for today's demonstration, we're going to be using the Sony a7R III and we're going to be using the Sony a6400. Two different type of cameras. The a7R III cost around $2,700, $2,800, and the 6400, just the body itself, costs $900. Now we're going to be pairing that with a G Master f2.8, which it's roughly around 2,000 to 2,100, and then we're going to use the kit lens that came with the 6400, which was the 18 to 135 f3.5 to f5.6. So that lens costs roughly around $500. So we're going to run videos A and B, and let me know what camera and what lens was shot for each video in the comment section down below. So let's get started. All right guys, and this is for video A. So I'm gonna have the same settings, the same level of ISOs. I'm gonna put the lenses to the lowest aperture possible, and I'm gonna keep the lights and everything and the white balance, everything set exactly the same. So this is video A, and now I'm going to show you guys video B, and let me know what camera you think, what camera and what lens was shot with video A, and what camera and what lens was shot with video B. So now we'll switch it out. All right guys, and this is what video B would look like. Once again, make sure before you continue to the end of the video, make sure you comment in the comment section down below what camera you think this is and what lens you think this is. But for now, let's go back to the original setup. Okay, so after leaving your answers in the comment section down below, so for video, I'm going to tell you guys the answer. So for video A, we used the Sony a7R III, pretty much a $3,000 camera with a $500 lens, which was the 18 to 135 f3.5. And then for video B, we used the Sony 6400 with the G Master f2.8 24 to 70. So it just goes to show is that you're better off having an okay camera body and an amazing lens than having an amazing camera body and only having a decent lens. It just goes to show, it's like pretty much like if you were to put a $5 pair of sunglasses compared to a $150 pair of sunglasses. You're gonna notice a difference obviously in the quality and the type of glass, and it's no different when it comes to cameras. All right guys, so first things first, so obviously going back to the question that we asked first, what should you upgrade, the lens or the body? Obviously the lens. The thing about lenses is that they don't really depreciate in value. If you notice, there's lenses that you can buy 5 years ago and they're still relevant to today. It's not like a camera you buy today, next year it'll have depreciated in its value. Cameras are kind of like cars. They have a shutter count, so every single year that goes by since you bought the camera, it'll just devalue itself, and it's like putting miles on a car. The more of the shutter count, the lower it's going to be in price. So first things first, obviously the G Master lenses are way more sharper than an EF mount lens. Obviously if you're paying $2,000 comparing it to a $5,000 to a $500 one, I mean, just look at the size. This right here is the EF lens. It's an 18 to 135. So I mean, just look at the glass, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at it, it's just, you know, it's hard to compare this than if we were to compare the master lens. It's insane, you know what I'm saying? And like, look at the size of it. It's built a lot more sturdier. This, if you let this fall, it's more likely that this will break instead of this. All right, so pretty much that just goes to prove that lenses are way more important than a camera body. I honestly rather spend $10,000 in good glass than $10,000 in a camera body only, because it's kind of like putting worn out tires on a brand new car. You're just gonna mess it up and it's gonna be useless, you know what I'm saying? It's just like if you put brand new tires on a 10-year-old car, it's gonna drive a lot better. And that's pretty much the analogy when it comes to cameras and when it comes to lenses. I mean, and for the longest time when I bought the Sony a7R III, I didn't have enough money to purchase a really good lens, so I was using the 18-135 for like photo shoots and stuff like that. And I'm gonna put up an image right here right now, and this is the image that I got with the a7R III with an 18-135. And now this was the same person, and now this is me shooting it with Sony a7R III with a G Master f2.8 at 50 millimeters. Just look at the differences and you guys will see how much sharper, how much clearer, how the colors are a lot better represented when you're using a higher end lens. So if you ever want to waste money in anything filmmaking related, put it on lighting, put it on microphones, and put it on good glass. Honestly, I feel like, you know, your camera body is the last thing you should upgrade. Alright guys, so that pretty much answers the questions. Buy a lens before you buy a brand new camera. Obviously the pros outweigh the cons, and you should get really good at mastering your camera with the lens you have before you go out and buy a new camera. I mean, look at this lens. This lens has an f3.5 to an f5.6. What that means is that when I zoom in to, like, let's say 35, it'll be like around 4.5. So then let's say I zoom in all the way to like 135, the aperture will go up all the way to 5.6, which is why this lens is so cheap. As if you were to use a G Master lens, it has an f2.8, and if that's what you have it on, an f2.8, it's not gonna leave that f-stop. It'll stay at f2.8 as long as you have your shutter speed, your aperture, and your ISO set. It's not gonna change whether you zoom in to 16 or whether you zoom into 16 or you stay at 35. So yeah guys, that pretty much concludes my video. I hope you guys like my new setup that I have here. I'm also working on a new video with that. I do apologize for not uploading last week. Kind of just hitting roadblocks in the creative process, but I got a lot more ideas coming, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. And just remember, the lens is more important than the body. But for now, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, let me know if you guessed what camera and what lens was shot for A or B, for the video A or B. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.